Check this out and tell me what you think.
You take a license for anything, you lose your constitutional right for the thing that you took the license out for. So every time you take a license for something, you waive your constitutional rights as they relate to the subject matter.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Powered Up back with another video. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. I keep telling y'all, anytime you get a certification from the certifier, you're asking for permission. Anytime you get a license, you're asking for permission, right? And they do it in a way that makes you comply because you don't know no better. They're not going to teach you this shit. They just want you to do what it is they want you to do. And however they can get you to do it, they don't give a fuck. So before we go any further, let me give you the definition of what license mean in Black's Law Dictionary. All right? Check this out. Now, in Black's Law Dictionary, a license is defined as a written authorization or permission granted. You must believe and know that you're living in their system. And if you want to do something, you got to get their permission. All right? Let's get back to the video. The main word I wanted y'all to pay attention to is authority or authorization. That's all authorization is. Authority. Everything reverts back to control. Why do you need a license to get married? Why do you need permission? Why? No one asks themselves why. Why do you sign a birth certificate? Bro, once you really realize this system and how this shit is set up, you're going to say, man, this is some bullshit. And it has nothing to do with color. Anytime you sign your child over to the corporation, which is a birth certificate, all you're doing is giving them the authority to create a second entity of you, a fictional entity. And we talked about this a million times. This is when your name is in all caps. You go to any mail, any type of mail, whether it's insurance, light bill, whatever, it's got your name in all caps. That's not you, right? That's what your mama signed for. And when your mama signed that birth certificate, which turned you over to the corporation, she basically legally became a snitch because she signed the birth certificate. And when you sign stuff, you must understand what that John Hancock mean. I told you, what's more powerful, a gun or a pen? Why you got to sign everything? What does John Hancock mean? If you get a magnifying glass and look at a check and you see that line when they say sign on the dotted line, that's not a line. Those are words. But you got to get a magnifying glass to see it. Why do they hide these things from us? I keep telling you, bro, you do not know how this world works, man. You have no clue. I could tell you about the Pope. The Pope that took authority over all of our souls and all of the land. See, this religion thing goes so deep. How do you think they get you to believe in shit? They got to scare you with something. That's why I told you, I'm not saying don't believe in the Most High, don't believe in God. But what they're trying to sell you, you got to be crazy, dumb, deaf, and blind to go for it because they're the ones that's benefiting and you're not. You're not. You're playing a game that you have no rules to and don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why when you go into court, your heart be pounding. These judges, they know what the fuck they doing. Why don't you never see judges hanging out at Applebee's and different places and all this and that? These people be handpicked for a reason, especially the Supreme Court judges. How the fuck we gonna let these people have authority over our lives? But anyway, this is why when you go in court, the black robe that they put on represents Saturn. This is why judges sit high, look low. Anytime someone sits high and look low, you better believe you in a demonic realm or a demonic environment. Look at the numbers. See, I can go into a courtroom and break it down by how many numbers of seats in there, how many seats around here, how many this, how many that. I can break it down. I know the numbers. And I know the symbolism. So what I'm telling you is this. They get us to comply with shit that we halfway don't know what the fuck going on. When you sign that paper, I'm gonna do a video about the license, the new license with the star on it. They want you to turn in. They want you to go get that star on your license. Gonna blow your mind. Blow your mind. But anyway, I just want y'all to start paying attention to this type of stuff. Birth certificates, social security numbers, licenses. You got to understand, man. These people got you playing a game, even when it comes to money. Promissory notes, reserve notes. Man, you have no clue what this shit is. Fractional reserve. The average person work at a bank don't know what the fuck that is. They don't know how the banks create money out of thin air. All this shit comes from a signature. It's crazy, bro. But anyway, man, licenses, man. Anytime you get a license, you're asking for permission. I just showed you that. No way around it. You can't. And then I know you might say, well, I want the person that's doing the job to be qualified. Because this is how to get you. Or you got to go to their school, you got to learn. They want you to learn. Be certified from their certifiers in order for you to, to be able to do a task legally. Man, fuck that shit, man. Pfizer been in business over 175 years. Worth over $120 billion and ain't cured a motherfucking thing. Same thing with the Diabetes Association. All the money we throw at them from taxpayers, they can't cure motherfuckers because they not trying to. Man, wake the fuck up, man. You got to be dumb as fuck at this point in your life to believe this shit. Let's stop this bullshit, bro. The facts is all there. You got people sitting online in their living room can give you better advice than these motherfuckers going to school. School don't teach these people nothing about nutrition. I told y'all there's nothing nutritious in the food we eat. Everything is chemical. Everything is man-made. They've even went in the ground, manipulated that what God put here for us. So if they can go and say, the hell with what God put here for y'all, we're going to give y'all this. And these the same people giving you the Bible. These the same people telling you, go here, go here. These the same people giving you permission to have a church. Because you can't just go get a church without their permission. I told y'all about the guy that, what it was, he went to get a church. He went to get a loan. And the dude told him, go to the bank. Bank gave him $1 million to get him a church. He said, man, you go do the same thing. So he went to the bank. Bank told him no. Because tithes and offerings are finicky, up and down. Everything's a business. Everything. Even religion. Now, he went back to the guy, said, man, I went to the bank. They didn't give me the $1 million. He was like, no, you can't go to them banks. Go to this bank. And when he went to that bank, guess what they said? We'll give you the $1 million if you teach what we tell you to teach. Why? Well, y'all better wake the fuck up, boy. You gotta be dumb, deaf, and blind. You can't be that scared. Why they gotta teach what they want him to teach in order to get the money? Because money, I tell y'all, can't go to war unless you got your money right. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you ain't got your money right, you can't go to war. You don't have the money to go and do the things you need to do. Because Dave put that in our minds that money is more valuable than breathing. Right? And they use that against us. So if you ain't got no money, nobody trying to hear nothing you trying to say. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. So if you ain't got your money right, you can't go to war. But they say, you get the $1 million to build this church, but you got to teach what we tell you to teach. That alone should tell you what is going on. Okay? How is it that they can give us religion to go by, but we can't give them no religion to go by? They're not going by our religion. They're not going by what we say. Everything in our whole entire fucking lives come from these same people. They tell us what to drink, what not to drink. Because they are the ones that's creating these juices and liquors and all this shit. They create everything around you. Shirts, hats. What have you created? And I'm not saying none of y'all haven't created them, but I'm talking about on a massive scale. Did y'all create cars? Did y'all create the way we build houses? And I told y'all about symmetry and asymmetry. Why everything is squares and rectangles. Because squares is what they call asymmetry. It sucks energy from you. This is why when you sit in the house, sit in the room, it seems like the room closing in. This is why jail cells are built small. And when you go to the hold, they put you in the box. It seems like everything is closing in because the points is not of Mother Nature. The points don't end how they're supposed to, so it sucks energy. Now, a symmetry design, like I'm always telling y'all, a symmetry design, which is like how Mother Nature is, everything is in alignment with harmony. It harnesses energy. See, a lot of y'all don't know that. But I'm showing y'all the devilish shit that these people do to us. And you wonder why you stuck in the situation you in, because these people are using all types of things, seen and unseen. Seen and unseen. Seen and unseen things using against all of us that we don't know about. any fucking way. I ain't want to make this video long. Licenses, I just showed y'all what that was. So anytime you get a license, you ask for permission. Fishing license, hunting license, therapy license, whatever license. And some people, I know y'all, a lot of y'all gonna say, well, like I said, I do want someone that's authorized or who's certified to do the job. Man, you know how many motherfuckers the pharmaceuticals kill every year? Go do the fucking research. Chemotherapy every year. You think they perfect? Fuck no. They just want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to teach what they want you to teach. And we fall right in line for this shit, man. Right in line for this shit. So when you start thinking about stuff like that at that magnitude, you will really see just how fucked we are. You will really see this uphill battle that we're up against. Because every time you see a child that go to school from a young age, first grade, third grade, second grade, they are sending our children to their schools and training them to build their empire, not our empire. Think about that for a second. Excuse me. Think about for 1 second. Every child you see going to school, they're going to learn what America wants them to learn to build America's empire, not yours. They 50 years ahead of us because we don't own schools. And out of all the teachers, there's only a few percent of them that's really real teachers that will say, nah, I ain't teaching them this, and they'll quit. But they got so many motherfuckers lined up for that little job that will go and will indoctrinate your child and go home and won't think 2 cents of it. So think about that. The very enemy that we're up against got schools all around the world that by law, because if your child don't go to school, they call that child neglect, and they want to take you to jail. They don't give a fuck about your child has no education. They just give a fuck about your child being taught to be a slave, teaching the basics, so that when they get out of school, they come work for us. Not us meaning us, but for them. And I told y'all, anything you do on American soil, you are building their empire. It doesn't matter what you do. Whatever job you take on America's soil, you building their empire. And once they're done with our ass, you know the robots are coming in, because they already there. They already there. And I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. If you made it this far in this video, which I'm gonna do another video about, women, mainly blacks. Black women, it's coming y'all way. It's coming. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. They've been training y'all to dislike black men in so many ways to y'all don't understand. Even black men, like what is this little nigga name? Yada. Lil Yada. His name is Yada. He used to teach a lot of stuff about health and wellness. Now for some reason he's bashing black men. So you even got black men bashing black men. And everybody's playing into their plan. I'm gonna tell you why. Because just in April, go look this up, just in April, last month, 2025, over 106,000 black women lost their jobs. They coming for you. They are coming for you. And again, you're living in somebody else's society where they tell you what to do. You go to their jobs. They don't go to yours. You're a black man. You're a black brother. Go to their jobs. And y'all watch them crucify us. Y'all watch them crucify y'all. So we both in the same boat, and I always tell black women, stop bashing black men. We need y'all. We need y'all. We need y'all help. Because we are all in a society that is ran by a group of people who don't give a fuck about you or us. Their job was to do exactly what they're doing. Break a wedge between us. This is where you get the man in the house law, child support. And this shit ain't got nothing to do with God. Leave God out of this. Crazy part is the same motherfuckers that gave you religion, gave you a white Jesus in the sky. These are the same people. So just imagine how fuck we is. It's your boy Papa Dope, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Put how you feel on the bottom of this video. Share this video. And like I say, you could blame me. You might not like what I say. You can blame whoever you want, but I promise you, your ignorance will not save you. And remember, a belief means you accept something, which makes it your responsibility. So if I told you I got a turd on the ground that has turned water to wine, I got a turd on the ground that has did miracles and all types of things, and you ain't never seen this turd, no evidence the turd ever lived, nothing. I just told you I had a turd that did all these things, and you believed it. That means you accepted it. Now, if you go look at the word belief, belief means acceptance. That's it. But remember, your ignorance ain't gonna save you. Play crazy all you want to, your ass gonna perish. Okay? So you better get it together and start using what God gave you. Common motherfucking sense. It's your boy Papa Dog. Make sure you share this video, and like I tell y'all all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. Oh boy.